So in this tutorial, we're going to create a moving platform that can crush the enemies as well as the player. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to get started by just having all our things that can be crushed open, and we're going to add another exploit bar. Crush sides is equal to 0. And we can copy and paste that into our clone and marksman. Okay, so then we'll start off by going to the player's animation player, and we'll do a crush animation. Let me just hide this gun. And let me just try and find it. I believe it's right after this. No, this is the burning death. Here we have it. So then it starts at frame 44, and just gonna go up a frame until we reach this, which is not it, and make it 0.5 long. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, so then at the end of this, we're gonna go to here and then insert a Q3, because if the player gets crushed, then they're just gonna straight up die. They're not gonna get a second chance to possess anybody. So let's start off by testing this out with our marksman. We'll instance in the marksman. And what we're gonna do is just open our bullet, and we're gonna change its damage type to crushing. So in our player, we are going to make a timer that is crush time, and it's going to be 0.5 seconds long, and then we are going to go into, do we have a dead variable? We do. And what happens in our physics process when we're dead? Basically nothing. So in our receive damage, we'll go if damage type is equal to crushing, and we actually need to move this up here, then any crush time dot start, and dead is equal to true. Then we do else, and we can move these forward. Then in our animate, we'll do an else down here, animation player dot play crush, and in our physics process we'll do an else all the way down here. Animate really does all we need. Let me have a look at our functions. Yep. Okay, so now let's just see what happens when we get hit by this bullet. Yeah, I need to do we're gonna do a func exit tree global data player is equal to null. So exit tree is whenever it gets deleted. So we have that Q3 in the animation player, but we don't set our player to null. So then now when we get Q freed and we exit the tree, our player will be set to null. And we're also going to go into our receive damage, and we're going to do money player mask dot visible, put the false, money gun sprite dot visible. Actually, let me do that in our animate our gun sprite. So money gun sprite dot visible is equal to false. Now let's check this out. Feels a little slow. The animation. So we're going to go into our animator and we'll change this to 0.08. If you haven't been able to tell already, that's the number I like a lot to do. What's this doing? Okay, so 0.4, let's just preview that. I think that's pretty good. Then we can change our crush time to 0.4, even though it doesn't really matter because we get Q freed. Yeah, and we'll end up adding in, when I add in all the blood blah 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 effects, that's when I'll add in some more stuff to this as well. Okay, but yeah, so our player shouldn't be able to do anything. And I want to try it when they're in the air. Yeah, okay. So we'll go into our bullet and change that back to physical damage. And then now we can get started in the actual crushing platform. So we'll do other node, kinematic body 2D, call it the crushing platform. Add in a sprite, add in a animation player, add in a collision shape 2D, and let me open our moving platform for reference. Okay, so first off, we'll go into our collision so that it doesn't collide with other environment stuff. Yeah, we can save it right there as well. Then groups, put it in environment. What do we need? We need a body detector and a vertical max cast. Just gonna add in an area 2D and a raycast 2D. We'll make this the max cast and call this our body detector. We can add a collision shape 2D to that, and this is going to detect player and enemy. So then we go into our sprite and drag in our crushing platform, which is going to have 2 H frames. And we'll go into this, we'll rename it animator, and we'll go auto. It's going to be autoplay, and I'm going to key in this frame. Then we're going to go warning. Just going to give the player 1 second, which is plenty of time considering they have a dash. And we'll start off here. Actually, we'll make this less, 0.8 seconds. We'll go over, change this. Oh. And we just want to go back and forth between these. Take these, let's have a look at this. I'm going to delete these two. Move this over. Yeah, and then we're gonna go crushing, and it's just gonna be the red lights. I actually want to make this 1 second though now. So in here we'll go up to red and back down to this. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we'll add in a collision shape, and it's going to be the size of our box. Then in our body detector, can make it so that it goes 1 up the top and 1 through the bottom. And then we can hide this. Our max cast will be going down from out here for 300, and we'll toggle its visibility. I want to change, no actually we won't. We'll hide this. Then in here we'll hide our collision shape 2D, and now we can add a script to this. So then what do we want to copy paste? Don't need this stuff. Do need this stuff. Actually, I never made this, so this can be like 1. Let's just do that adjustment right now. Let's add in a moving platform. Yeah, this is the speed I wanted to make it. Something more like this. I think a little faster though. Try 1.5. Yeah, this is good. Oh, just missed. So yeah, we can go into our crushing platform. Let's paste these in, except we'll change it to just max distance and min distance. We don't need this, I believe. Yeah, and actually we can delete this stuff since it ended up not being used. And we don't need this either. Yeah, so now what we can do is go into our body detector on body entered and on body exited. Let's try that again. So then body dot, what did we make that variable again? Crush sides dot crush sides plus equals 1 if body dot crush sides is equal to 2, then body dot receive damage, and I'm just gonna make this something like 200 will be like a guaranteed kill, and crushing. Then on exited, body dot crush sides minus equals 1. Then we're going to add in another area 2D. That's going to be crushed land 1. And we'll add a collision shape to that, and it'll be pretty thin. And we're going to put it right at the top here. It'll be just like that, and go ahead and hide that. and then it will collide with player and enemy, connect to body entered and body exited, and then we're going to make another area 2D, call this crush land 2, add a collision, shape 2D, make it the same width as this, and bring it down to 1 high, toggle divisibility, and we'll set it so that it collides with the enemy and player. Add in the body entered, body exited. Yeah, and we'll just group these all close together because they're all going to do the same thing. Yeah, so on the entereds, we want this little bit of code, and on the exits, this bit. And we'll just bring all these down. Okay. Then now we can do our func physics process. I want to have a look at this. Grab this over. Var max hit equal to false. Change this to max hit. Delete both of these verticals. Make money max cast. Money max cast. Max hit here. And what we want this to be minus something, and it's going to be half of our height, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now we can go into our moving platform. Copy paste this into here. So then we'll put max it there. And actually we don't need this at all. Then yeah, max distance. Change this to direction. Create a var direction is equal to 1. Times direction, and change these to just direction. Now we're going to do a func animate, in which we will just pass for now. Then we want to do a var moving is equal to false, and actually what we're going to do is just move this, delete all that, it's my bad. Then we're going to add a tween, and a tween can basically change something's value over time to something different, and then we can have different accelerations of that changed value, and we can do that with stuff like global position or variables that are inside our script like move speed, and it's a pretty useful thing. But yeah, I'm not going to get too into depth about how you can use it differently. Instead I'll just use it. This is going to be called move it tween, and we're going to add a timer, wind up time we'll call this, and then we'll call this warning time, and this cooldown. Warning time is going to be 1 second, cooldown will make we'll make it 2 seconds for now. No, 1.5. And then, yeah, so we'll connect these timeouts. And we're also going to make one more timer, which is move time. And we'll move all of these up to this. And now we can go if money cooldown dot is stopped is equal to false. Money animator dot play idle. Elif money warning time dot is stopped is equal to false. Money animator dot play warning. Elif money move time dot is stopped is equal to false. Money animator dot play crushing. And in our cooldown timeout timeout, we'll do money warning time dot start. We'll set this to auto start. The melody should be at 1 shot. Move time, we'll set this to 0.5 for now. And then our warning time, we can go money move time dot start. And then here we're gonna go money cooldown dot start. And then in here what we're gonna do is we're gonna go money move between dot interpolate property, and it's going to be our object, and it's going to be self. So that's the object that we're tweening, and then we need these quotations so that we do our property, which is going to be global position. Then we need its initial value, which is going to be self.globalPosition, and then its final value, which we don't want to be vector2 self.globalPosition.x, and then our max distance, and then we're going to go right here, and we're going to set this duration to 0.5. Then we go tween dot ease in. And then instead of direction, we're going to go var going down is equal to true. So then, if going down equal to true, and do this, and then we're just gonna go this, and we can do Control D, that'll duplicate our line. Then else, we're gonna put in our min distance. And then after this, we want our going down is equal to true here, and then going down is equal to false here. so now we'll go into here and we'll delete our moving platform and delete our marksman for now. Let me just change the player's animation player back to default. And we will instance in our crushing platform. So I'm just gonna drag, just going to transform, change this to like 86 and this to 30. Now we can run this and see what happens. Seems like absolutely nothing. So this is getting started, and let me just do print high. Which happens. That happened twice actually. Oh, and that's because we never set our, after interpolating properties, it doesn't actually start the tween, so we have to do tween.start. Okay, so it moves back and forth, and we need to call the animate each frame. I think I definitely want that to happen faster. So we'll change the duration to 0.2. And we'll see how that looks for now. Just want to make sure this moves us. Yep. And it doesn't crush us yet because we haven't set it up to do that. But I like that 0.2. We'll change move time to 0.3. And cool down to 2. Yeah, and we died right there, which is good. And in our physics process, we want to go money crushed and 1. Global position is equal to self.global position.x. We need to make vector 2 actually out of this. And then min distance. Then money crush line 2 global position is equal to vector 2 self.global position.x and max distance. I just want to turn visible collision shapes on and make both these visible. See how that looks. Not good. It needs to be minus 12 and then plus 12. I'm just gonna get rid of the vector 2 part of this and change it to .y. Okay, come on. Yeah. So now let's check if it crushes us here. It does indeed. Let's check if it crushes us on the bottom. Yeah, so what this does is it just basically sets these two areas that going in them normally won't hurt you. If you touch the bottom of this, it won't hurt you. Only when you actually get in between these two areas, which this will then force you into. Does it kill you? Let's turn visible collision shapes off just to see how this looks visibly. We're going to want the player to be in front of this. So just drag the crushing platform up there. Yeah, and now I just want to have a look at what it looks like when you're on the top part. Interesting. Yeah, so now let's try bringing in some enemies, like the marksman. Which I have not set up the stuff besides the variable for them. So I'm going to close all of these. Now we're going to receive damage. If damage type is equal to crushing, then pass, else this happens. Crushing is just going to destroy the bodies, so it's kind of like adds a bit more variety into the gameplay. Sometimes you might just want to straight up crush them, but then you can't possess them, and sometimes you might want to avoid making them get crushed from the environment so that you can possess them. But yeah, what are we doing to play? We have crush time, hide the mask, and dead is equal to true. So we know a marksman, what states we have all that, so I'm going to set state is equal to dead, money mask sprite dot visible is equal to false, money gun sprite dot visible is equal to false. Then we're going to add a timer, crush time, make it one shot, 0.4. Actually, I want to increase the player's animation speed for the crush again, so make it 0.05 even. Then I'll put this here and just have a look at what this looks like. Yeah. And the player's mask does get destroyed by that. Okay, I don't want it to be that fast though. Let's go into this, change it to 0.07 maybe. Hopefully this is good. Ooh, that's not good. I think that's pretty good though. And the only reason that that enemy is getting pushed through the floor actually is because they're not actually being crushed. So we'll just close this bullet, go into our marksman, we'll do money crush time dot start. If money crush time dot is start, then animator dot play die. Otherwise, let's go into our animator, make the crush animation 0.07. And then, when does it start? Like 44? I believe so. Yeah. I'm just key in these frames. add a call method track, insert key Q3, change the duration to 0.35, and we'll set this to 0.35 and go into our player as well. 0.35. And else animator dot play crush, and I want to do is equal to false and just move these two around. Okay, let's have a look at this. Yeah, they got killed pretty fast, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think I want to try and let's see if we can disable. We're gonna go into our receive damage and we'll go money collision shape 2 dot disabled is equal to true. And copy paste that into our player. Hopefully this makes it more consistent so that it doesn't get pushed through the floor as often. Not really. Maybe if I go into, no, actually, let's go into our marksman and money and self dot set collision layer bit, and we're basically changing this through code. We'll change the mask actually, so the mask bit 0. So set collision mask bit 0 to false, and let's see what this does. Looks a bit better. I think I might just Q3 the enemies. I was hoping to use that crush animation, but it just seems too finicky. And we'll maybe do self.visible if it's false. Then we'll do the same thing with the player, and we'll add in some more effects to it later. So I'm going to delete the crush times, and we're going to go into our animator and delete the crush animation. Same for the player. Maybe we'll repurpose it to something later, I don't know though. Yeah, then we can go into our clone, and we'll just go into our receive damage. If damage type is equal to crushing, then self.q3 else all of this. Let's tab forward, and let's instance in our clone. Yeah, I think that works pretty well overall. And is the player actually repeatedly? I don't think the more they get hit, it seems like the more time they get to aim, but I don't think that's happening. Let's do print high just to be certain. Oh no, where's that coming from? Let me search this, print high, no matches, so I'm gonna copy this. Go into our crushing platform. Okay, good. Yeah, so then we'll just test that the player isn't getting reset multiple times. They are. Okay. But our health should be below 0 is the thing, and we'll do and any def destruct delay dot is start. Let's test this out. Okay, so now it happens just once, which is good. So we can go and delete this side. And yeah, so we got a platform that can crush our enemies. Oh no, that's not good at all. We'll actually delete this and move it forward. Because if the corpses are dead, we'll want them to be crushed as well. So let's try just, oh. Okay, close that. Shift add that back. Let's try with just this guy. I'm just gonna get into here, move our marksman outside, move our clone back. That did not go well. Yeah, so they got deleted. I guess it's okay if the masks don't get deleted. And we'll go back into our clone. Just gonna put this in front of this. And now we can go into our marksman. And move this down here. Yep. Then we go into our player and do the same. Yeah, okay. And let's just delete our clone and move our marksman back in. Yes, that's the one thing I don't like, that mask. Maybe, I'm gonna open our mask, we'll actually do stuff with it. Effects. Any mask, and then I'm going to go into our project settings. In our 2D render, we'll put in an object layer, and in our physics as well. Then we can add this to the object layer, and we'll add it to the group of objects. In our crushing platform, and we'll set it that these also look for objects. Well, not these, we can actually get away with just doing it on this. So we'll go down into here, and then if we gotta go if body dot is in group object body dot q free else this stuff. So let's test this out. And yeah, if body.isInGroup object is equal to false, body.crushSides minus equals 1. I don't have that on VDs, yep, good. So now it should work. And we'll also do body.visible is equal to false. Sometimes it can take like another frame or two with Q3 before they get deleted. So setting it to visible will help with that. And yeah, now I just want to get the mask so that it's inside of no. So that it's inside of here. Nope, my D key just decided to stop working, which is great. Okay, let's just move stuff in here. Nope. Why isn't this allowing me to move it? What is going on? Did I change modes or something that I don't even know? I thought it was all just up here. Try changing my code. 60. That's not what I wanted to happen. Also not what I wanted to happen. Let's move them down to 30. Okay, so good, that got crushed. What is this? Okay, we don't have a crush time. So we've got to go into all our deads for our enemies, known as well. Which I didn't bother doing. So it's probably just the marksman then. Double checking here though. We can go ahead and get rid of that. And yeah, hopefully this is it. Just need to move them back over this way, which didn't work. Actually no, I just need to die. Yeah, okay, so there it is. It works. So now the last thing we're going to do is create a new sprite scene, and we're going to call this crushing platform dust, and we can add an animation player to it. Then we're going to click on our effects, and then drag in a crushing platform dust sprite sheet. We import it without a filter and drag it into our sprite. And I believe it has 5 and 4 frames, yep. And we can save it under effects, go into our animation player, new, default. I just want to open our jump dust, see how far apart we keep that, 0.05. Okay, so we'll change this to 0.05. And we'll go into this and start keying frames in. Okay, so 0.95 as duration. Seems pretty good. So we can add a call method track to the end of that and insert key Q3. We'll do autoplay, and then we just want to change this modulate to have 50 opacity. We can close this, go into our crushing platform, and make a const crushing platform dust is equal to preload crushing, let me try this again, crushing platform dust.tscm, and then on our move timeout, actually, is this properly synced to that? It isn't, so I'm going to change this to 0.2, and we might change our cooldown to 2.2, and then in here we're going to go var crushing platform dust is equal to crushing platform dust dot instance get parent dot add child crushing platform dust dot global position is equal to self dot global position, and then we're going to check our going down. If going down is equal to false, which in other words we would have just went down because we changed it up here, then plus, well actually we'll move this into here, and then we can do going down is equal to true, just because that way it's a little less confusing. Then we'll do else going down is equal to true, and then in here, since we're going down plus 12, and then here we'll do global position equals self global position plus up to 2, 0, 12, and do global position is equal to self dot global position plus 2, 0, negative 12, and crushing platform dust dot rotation degrees is equal to 180. And let's Control Shift Tab to open that, because I want to set its offset so that it is on here. Let's test the rotation. This goes, maybe looks good. So I'm going to this script, and yeah, I believe that's all we need. Let's test it out. Okay, yeah, so now we got some effects to add to it. And yeah, we still need some, we're gonna make some effects for when something gets squashed a little later. And yeah, but that's it for this video. Next video I'll probably do a couple platforming things. Basically, like, our version of spikes is gonna be some broken electrical wire, and we'll have like some flamethrowers that orientate on and off, and we might also have some things that like we can place in the air and you'll be able to attack them and get your dash off of them. But yeah, that's it for this video, so I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Helps out the channel, and have a good day.